Hello, this is ResilanBearcat, and welcome to our Apollo Let's Play series of Dyson Sphere Program. So today's episode is going to be about moving off of this planet where we came and just recapping what we've done here, and then moving to another planet to do more stuff. So the purpose of coming to this star system was to kind of look at so this is Arrakis, and Arrakis is, if we zoom out a little bit here and click on the star, the purpose for coming here was twofold. One is we're running low on crude oil, and this has a lot of crude oil, but more importantly, it has organic crystals, and organic crystals allow me to actually make take the organic crystals from the mining and then use those to create the titanium crystals without having to go through a whole bunch of steps with chemical plants. So it simplifies the production chain for making. If we come in here and we look at these things, this item right here, and this item right here is used in the Casimir crystals. It is also used here in the structure matrices. So, reducing the amount of time that this is required, and what we do there was one of the things that we were doing, as well as just getting more resources that were available here in this particular system. And so, because there are a lot of resources, so we've mined a whole bunch of titanium out of the system. We're really not grabbing the other items yet. But that we've got that. It also had the spiniform. We're not getting that yet, and we'll come back to that and as to why. Large part of this is this particular planet is really, this whole star system is not good for wind and solar power. So what we've done is we've taken a look to see if we can find a star that's going to be a good place for us to build our initial components that we want for our system. Now this system right here, Iota Volantis, is a system that has two things that a couple things that we're looking for. But first, it has sulfuric acid. So there is an ocean with sulfuric acid. That's another thing where we can eliminate or simplify rather than actually having to make this with a chemical plant with a complex process. And we can actually make this using just with a water tower right out of the ocean. So that was one thing that we wanted, was the sulfuric acid. The other thing though that we have here is that we actually have a star that has a 1.8 luminosity. So this star is going to be very good for what we do. So if we come in here and we zoom in on this particular thing, the star itself has a lot of luminosity to it. The first planet here is volcanic ash. It is one of the things that we have in this particular component. It has the sulfuric ocean type and a 99% build location. So this is going to be a really good planet, for what we're going to do. So two things. This is a system where we're going to build our Dyson Sphere. There might be better stars, but this is going to be a good place. I have a lot of stuff except silicon. I'll ship silicon in. Everything else, I have quite a bit of supply of it, so this is going to be nice. The sulfuric acid is an issue. It does have a gas giant, so I've got fire ice and hydrogen here just for the mining with orbital collectors. So this will be a good spot. So we're going to travel there and see what we can do. And before we go, just as a note, I'm mining this thing. I am using if we look here and let's land for a second, zoom out for a little bit here, you can see that I have set up mining. I've set up a number of miners here with these advanced miners. They're actually mining out the titanium, and then the drones can come and pick up from these platforms. I don't have to actually belt things around. So I've put down a miner on each one of the titanium deposits on this planet. Most of the titanium deposits are covering anywhere from 18 nodes to 21 nodes, just depending on which one it is. So we've got that being mined out there and bringing that in. We also, on the other planet, are bringing out the organic crystals. And so there's a nice organic crystals deposit, and we're just using that right now to turn out titanium plates and titanium crystals, and then shipping that out and getting ready to ship this out. So this right here is we're demanding this from another planet, and then we're supplying the titanium crystals. The titanium we're keeping on this planet. I'm not really taking it and shipping it out right now. We're just going to keep it here. We're bringing in a few workers. We're good to go on that. And what we're doing, and then this other planet over, or this other tower over here, is simply bringing in the titanium from local And then we're bringing in from somewhere else, we're bringing in a proliferator. So we're proliferating this entire setup, and then we've got the whole thing built and with what it's doing. So with that in place, let's head off to our... this is the longest trip we're going to have made yet. We get out here into space. Whoa. And get our blue bar here. All right. With that, we will accelerate this thing. There we go. And get up to speed a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to travel nearly 20 light years to Iota Volantis and see if we can't get started here. I have a whole bunch of stuff in my inventory. We'll take a look at that when I get, well, we've got plenty of time here. We can say I've got 800 solar panels and 800 wind turbines, enough to set up on a couple of different planets, so do planetary things around here. One of these planets has really good solar power. The other one has really good wind power. So we're going to go set up on those two things as a starter thing, and then we're going to get started on building out our infrastructure that we need to do a solar Dyson swarm. And once we got the Dyson swarm, then we're going to start getting started on the Dyson sphere itself. So I'm still doing research, as you can see up there. Still doing a variety of different research items. So this was a long trip. This speed and what he's doing, I can speed this guy up more as I get into some of the other matrices and some of the things that are going. The last item in the queue up there is the last matrix that's needed in order to kind of finish the game. Oh, the warp engine shut down. We ran out of juice, and we still have a ways to go. So we're going to let the power build back up, and while we're doing that, we will lock that in and come over here and kind of look at the just what we have here for the queue, for our research queue. And you can see here that I've got all of this stuff here within this particular arm. I'm getting the last of the things. So the mech core here now requires the last matrices that goes into that. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. But you can see I've got a different, kind of different things. That requires those items. That requires those items. This logistics carrier 8 is the one that's actually coming in. I'm doing 7 right now, and then I'll do 8. 9 requires the other matrix and what goes in there. Veins utilization requires that. I can do a little bit of research speed. I probably should have done this a long time ago when I had purple. I didn't. So at this point in time, that's something that might get to later, but didn't do it really in this playthrough. We haven't done the ray transmission yet, and there are a couple of unlocks we can do on the ray transmission still on this, and we will eventually get to that. But we've nearly got everything to the end point of the different things. And then from a technology standpoint, you can see we're all the way out here at the end. We've got this queued up. That's our number 4 item in this queue. Actually, 5 since we're starting at 0. The 5th item is this, and then we've got the Dyson Sphere stress system that we'll do a number of, before we actually come in here to the mission completed, when I unlock this by creating that, kind of finishing the game. Now we're going to build our Dyson Sphere as we're going within this. Let's that's going to cost us some of our power. Let's go ahead and get our speed up to 2,000. All right, we'll unlock this thing again. There we go. So it would be possible to do this just at the cell speed. It would take a while, but it would be possible to get that from one system to another without using the warp engine. But whew, would it be slow? I don't think we want to do it that slow. Not sure I've got enough power to finish this jump. It's only 1 light year, so let's see if I can get this done. There we come into the system. There we go. I am in the system. All right. Now then, with that in place, we want to go here. So we are at max speed, and this is just a matter of locking into this planet and coming right over here. getting on this, and we're going to get started on the innermost planet. And we're going to go in. First thing we're going to do is go place down all of our, basically all of the things we can. We're going to put all of our power down. Then we're going to get our sulfur up and for shipping that out. Now, it did say the surface area that was buildable was like 99%. So there's not going to be many places I can put water things down for the sulfur. We'll get what we can out of it, and it's better than doing chemical reactions. So that's we'll take it. All right, here we go. This is a fairly small planet. Looks about the size of the moon. Oh, and down we go. All right, a volcanic planet. All right, that's a pretty good size titanium vein too. So let's see. First things first. Oh yeah, 50 million iron, 50 million copper. Where were you when I started this game? That would have been nice to have. And 32 million titanium, and of course the sulfuric acid, and 99.1% build rate. So first things first, we want to get our planetary things. So wind power, solar energy. This is the one that does really well with solar energy. So what we want is the solar rings. The first things we're going to place is we're going to come in here to our power, and I am going to do the equatorial times. I'm going to do the 3 rings and place these things down. Yeah, there we go. And we're just going to tell it to build it. And we'll go around the planet and have this thing build up the... Might as well run it, I guess, since I can't... And I don't have enough of these out, but I brought plenty of them. So we're going to place a bunch of these things down on this planet. And I guess we will fly around the planet. So this is the process. We go through here, we put down all of the solar panels, and then we'll see what kind of power base that gives us with this in place. Every one of these things, just placing it down. I'm not sure if I'm on the equator or not. I think this is the equator. Looks like it. The curvature of the Earth is about the same on both sides, so that would be the equator, unless I'm badly mistaken. Let's see what we have here. And how many of these things it takes to put them down. I think this is 500 and something of these. And we'll be back. Okay, so we have got the process done here. We've got 3 concentric rings of solar panels around the planet. And when we look at our power distribution, it gives us just shy of 150 megawatts of power. So that's going to be a good start. That'll get us started on this. Yes, it says the consumption demand is 6.83, which is sort of odd, given the fact that I've not done anything. I also have done a little bit of surveying, and I have found the sulfuric acid here that we need. So we're going to go ahead and set up a system to pull out some sulfuric acid. So going into gathering, going into our water pump, and we need liquid sources. And I basically want to put as many of these things down as I can get. Tell you what, let's do something to clean this up a little bit. And what I want to do is come here. Actually, I don't want to do that. I could actually possibly cause that to be fill in, which I do not want. Okay, never mind. We're going to do this way. That'll go there. And there, and there. Let's see, let's turn this around this way. There we go. More sulfuric acid. Boy, we want lots of sulfuric acid. I am going to pull out as much as I can get here, and we'll ship it off. This will be a good spot for us. There aren't that many of these systems that have sulfuric acid, so we want to pull them out when we can. All right, I think that's as many as I can get in there. So what we'll do now is let's bring, we'll do that right there. And then how many of these things are going to, oh, we don't have those out. Here we go. And let's see, get that back out. Go. Go, there we go. And let's see over here. I'll go there. Make sure that goes out further. And okay, I think they're all covered. Look at that. Now, how much is that thing pulling out? Thing is pulling out 23 per minute. Now that makes the math interesting. 75 a minute, 75 a minute, 71 a minute. Wonder why those are slower. That one's slowing down, that one's slowing down. Well, I tell you what, I have absolutely no idea. It doesn't really make a whole lot of difference. Let's pull out some belts, and we'll take about 5 at a time onto a belt and run them into a tower. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and grab the inner logistics tower. We're going to grab some of these out. Here we go. And what I'm going to do is come right over here and put that right there. And then we're going to run some belts around to this thing. So we are going to basically bring this out to here. Over to there. We'll join these things like that. And I've got plenty of connections. So we'll go into here. Let's see. Bringing those in. Very good. And we're just going to go around here grabbing these things and bringing them out. This will give us the starting numbers that we need. So I'm going to bring these 3 here on this line, and I'm going to take these 3 out on this side. Look at this. Hooking these things up. We are making good progress here on our first goal, which was to get some sulfuric acid. So we bring this around here and hook that in there. And then let's see what we're going to do here. I'm going to bring this around here. Oh, that's crooked. Never mind on that one. I do not want to be doing that. I forgot I had the other, that I had the other component in there. So let's see, back to this, and we will do R. There we go. There we go. There's another set coming in. And we're just going to get the rest of these around here, and we will have this thing going. Okay, that comes in there, and then I've got 5 here. So I will bring this out here. Bring this in here. Research complete. We have more drones. More carrying capacity on our drones. That's good. That's a good thing. All right, we will bring these over here, bring that in there, hook that up. And that goes in there. And then we will come down here and hook that one up. And hook that one up. Okay. Now then, we will take this sulfuric acid here and drop that in there. And boy, that is a lot of sulfuric acid. So what we're going to do, I don't know if we're going to need any on this planet or not, but this is going to be local and remote supply. We are going to go ahead and we're going to use this tower to request for this planet, we're going to go ahead and request our supply of warpers. We will do remote demand. They're en route. We're going to do 50% on the drones. And then we will go ahead and grab let's just grab 250. And there goes 50 of those in there. All right. With that in place and those in place, we're set. This particular box is finished. And we will now, that is all that this particular location is doing. Well, with one exception, we should probably put power on it. It is now set up. So what we're going to do here, just let's survey the planet again. Oh, there's another ocean down here. So if I need more sulfuric acid, there is a little bit more down there. There is a lot coming out of here. I don't know what the exact number is. Of course, I've overbuilt the belts, as I can see here now from this. There's not near as many coming out on those belts as I need. So I'm going to downgrade my belts because I might need the blue belts later. And so now that I can see what I'm getting, I'm going to go ahead and downgrade those to green belts. We'll do, of course, in order to be able to do that, I need to be able to grab some green belts. And now then, I can do the downgrade. And we're just going to go to green belts. Probably could do yellow belts for all these. Might actually go and do that here in a minute. Let's see. Got that down to green. That is a green belt. That is a green belt. That is a blue belt. Okay, everything's green belts. Now let's see. It really does look like a blue belt would be enough, or the yellow belt would be enough. So I am going to go ahead and do that as well. It's just a precaution, and that I might need higher end belts at some point in time. So we will, now that we can see this, let's see what it looks like with all the belts done in yellow. Yeah, there we go. Belts are not completely full, but they are doing well. So I'm pulling in a lot of sulfuric acid, and what I'm going to do, just for the sake of doing it, where was that other pond? It's right down here. We're going to go ahead and set up the other pond in the amount of time we have left, and then we'll get started with our next episode with something different. So this will be the, just finishing out this episode with sulfuric acid and pulling out as many of this sulfuric acid as I can get off of this planet. So we're bringing in power. Let's go ahead and belt this thing up first. These two will come over here. Obviously, I won't need anything other than the yellow belts. These three will come in as well. All right. Bring that in here. Now these four I'll bring in as on a different line. There we go, got all those in. And those come in here. So we got a few more over here. Another little cluster of 5. And connect these things up as I get an autosave. And there we go. I believe that will do this, so let's get the now that we've got that in here, we can put the power poles very easily. And that should power everything. And then this time we don't need space warpers. So this will be remote supply. It will not be local supply. This will just be local storage. Drones 50%. I will bring that over here like that. I don't need any of these since this is just going to be shipped out of here. So that's really all that I need on this particular one. Let's make sure that everything's flowing and not getting overloaded. And it is. Very good. All right, so I'm going to do a quick survey again just to see. I've got 2 sulfur things done. I do have some little sulfur things. That's pretty good. I can get a lot of sulfur off this planet. And that'll be good because we're certainly going to need it. But let's turn our attention now to some other things that we need. Now, that's only using like 4 megawatts of power, so we're in good shape on the power. So what we want to do from here is you can see the sun right there. And we're going to want to build on the orbital planet up here, or on the polar cap. We're going to want to build a process that will send off things to the sun. Now let's see what we have here. Let's see, and there we go. Okay, let's get up here on the let's see where, let's stand on the polar cap. Okay, can I see the sun? I cannot see the sun. What time of the year is it? Polar night. Barely see the sun right there, just on a just a little bit of a sliver of it. All right, we're going to go down and look at the South Pole. This is the winter zone. This is the summer zone, tropical zone, summertime. And the cap is here, and we can actually see that there's a lot of sun up in here. Although there is, on both poles, both the North and South Pole, the actual pole itself seems to be kind of hidden from the sun at the moment. Wonder if it's always that way. What's the inclination of this planet? Orbit inclination 4%. Longitude and is 190 degrees. Rotation period and orbital period. Planet equity. All right. Well, it's a pretty good tilt to it, as we are in the summer zone, and there's the sun. See, oh yeah, this planet right now is facing the polar cap, is just flat facing the sun. Okay, with that being the case, there is the sun up there. Oh, that's what I said. I just wasn't looking in the right place. So it is just always sunlight at the moment. So this will work good. Between the sun and the summer and the winter, we'll have two different things. But if I've got things firing on both poles, we can actually make this work. And this should be what we'll do. And that we have some blueprints for this. Polar swarm blueprint. This right here has the things to shoot them off and send them out into orbit. And you can see it goes all the way down to the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th ring. I want to get things, I want to basically put the cap here and get this thing done. I want it to show the, where I can see what I'm doing. And we're going to change the color of this. We are going to make this a green cap, a dark green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th one. So that's where it's going to go to, right there. All right, well, that's going to be all for what we're doing right now. We will get the polar caps built here, and put in, and the polar swarm up, and then we're going to start building the items we need to send the items out, and send our swarm out. That is all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment to let me know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel to be notified when new content is available, and check out the link shown here for more gameplay. Take care.